How's it going, everybody? Sean with LUMIX USA here, and I've got a really exciting video today for you on how to set up and operate the new compatibility with the DJI LiDAR Range Finder. For this demonstration, we're going to be using one of our Micro Four Thirds cameras, the LUMIX GH6, and an RS3 Pro for the programming and how to set all of this up. So as I mentioned, we will be utilizing a GH6. This is running the newest firmware that has been released to add support for direct lens control for DJI's LiDAR rangefinder. Of course, with this, you will also need the DJI LiDAR rangefinder unit itself. This is one of the accessories you can pick up. And then for programming and the kind of communication side of it, we will be using the RS3 Pro, all of which provided by DJI, so shout out. Last but not least, I want to make sure that everyone is very clear when it comes to the cabling side of how this works. You want to make sure that you are utilizing the USB-C cables that are provided by DJI for this, and not just using some random USB-C cables that you may have floating around, since they are relatively ubiquitous these days. So make sure that you're going to need, for one, you're going to need two of them, and make sure that you're using the ones provided from DJI with the kit when you get these accessories. So now let's cut to the camera setup on the gimbal. I'm not going to walk through how to balance a gimbal. I encourage you to go follow other videos about how to balance a gimbal, and then we'll rejoin in how to actually wire this whole thing together. All right, so we're now here. I've got my GH6 actually connected in. I've balanced the gimbal. Everything's good to go there. But now we actually need to connect the LiDAR finder and the camera to the gimbal. So to start with, this is where we're going to take the LiDAR accessory piece here. And we're going to take this and put it into the hot shoe of the GH6 in this case. And then we're going to lock that down. Then, let me unlock the gimbal here so we can see it. We're going to take the front three connectors that you see here on the gimbal, and we're going to actually get the camera all set up, locked in, and cabled up properly. So first cable that we're going to connect is the camera. So this one is actually going to be utilizing the top port here on the gimbal. So we're going to make sure that we've got that one connected. Then route this however you want and connect it into your GH6. So that's right into the USB-C port here. So connected, all good to go. Next, we're going to take the port in the front on the LiDAR accessory piece here, and we're going to link that into the gimbal as well. So this cable will connect onto the front part, which is the accessory port. And then on the gimbal itself, we're going to plug this one into the bottom port of the three ports available on the gimbal. So once this gets plugged in, and obviously route these cables however it works best for you, once that is set up, we can now get this set up and have the gimbal turned on. Let it settle itself. It's all set, ready to go. And then I'm going to power the camera on. And from this point, you will get a prompt on the camera to basically tell it how you want the USB port being used. So if I turn this and we take a look at the back of the camera here, you'll see that we have the option for tether available on the back of the camera. So for that, you're going to want to actually select tether. And once we do this, what you'll see is that the back of the gimbal on the display is telling you that camera's connected, so you have control of the camera through the actual gimbal itself. But now you also have the LiDAR finder active and ready to go. One last thing to set and make sure before you are ready to go off and start utilizing this is make sure that this camera is set into manual focus on the actual dial here, as it's what I have found the best results for to get accurate, fast tracking utilizing the DJI LiDAR accessory. All right, so here we can see this is actually a fairly low light scenario. I've got a desktop computer behind me that's got the screensaver running. This is a very low light-ish scenario where you would most likely realistically be filming in. And what's awesome about the DJI LiDAR rangefinder system, and in this case the GH6 on the RS3 Pro, is that now I get the ability to utilize the system in very low light scenarios. So you get to have that smooth, solid autofocus performance directly through our lenses just by having this system connected in and our camera directly communicating with the gimbal. So any lens that you throw on there, you're going to have access to this, and it's going to control the lens's motors. There's no need for an external accessory for this. So I can do very cool things, like if I want a moodier shot, lower light scenario, I can do stuff like present to camera and have it actually act very fast and very accurately. So even while I'm moving in and out, you get that just kind of smooth, just right into focus, and it's good to go. So this is a really easy setup if you want to extend your capabilities into lower light and you're using a camera like the GH6 in this case. Everything, like I said, is directly wired together. There's no extra accessories needed outside of the RS3 Pro for programming and the LiDAR accessory being plugged into the gimbal so that all this communication works.